Okay, continuing on with this, I'm starting our second rung here. I'm going to be pulling against, well, I can leave this here. If I can get it back in. There it is. Anyway, when I originally made the first saddle, I didn't have this board at all. I just freehanded it. But maker S, come up through like that. We gotta go under. And we come over the top and down in through this loop. Dress everything up. Like that. And then, let's see. Get another one here. Let's see if we can find a way of doing this a little quicker. So this S forms this way. This one's got to end up in here, but then down under all this and back up here. So I guess the quickest way to that is we could form this loop here. Let's see, this is gonna go. This is gonna go like that. Well, there's no easy way, is there? I guess we could put this over. No, that doesn't work either. Come in on this side and underneath, and then lay that on top. Lay this on top, and then just come down through here. And then dress this up. Kind of pull everything up like that. Like I said before, you almost have to make the whole thing and then go back through, and after you put a weight on it, go back through and make sure all the knots are still set and dressed, and then do any straightening out at that time. But I'm going to show this one more time. This quicker way of tying this, and then I'm going to go off. I'm going to go off the camera and tie all these, and then maybe start this this other run on the left to center, and then the rest will be self-explanatory. Just repeat until we go out every 3 inches from center, until we run out of these lines. We'll have 9 of them, and then come back and form the ends. The ends are going to be essentially like this, but we'll have Prusik connections just down in this area here. So this is this one forms this S. I can start with this underneath. I start with this one underneath. I can form this S like this, and then turn this loop up and pass this under there. Turn this back down, and then I come down and through. Start drawing everything up around that pin. Should probably have more of these. Do this with finished nails and have a bunch of. I didn't have any finished nails, so. To hold all these knots in place as you go might be a little easier. I don't know. But one more time. This on the bottom. I'm gonna form this. Put this up here in this loop. Put that over top. After we put this under. Put that one under. The center of the S goes on top there. You can kind of draw this up. And then this one just comes up and around. And then here, when you pass through this loop, you have to make sure that, let's see, zoom in a little closer. You have to make sure that this part of this loop is on top and not the other way around. If you go the other way around, the knot won't work out. If you go this, if this ends up, and we come down through this, our knot won't look right. And when this is all drawn up, it won't look right. See, up here we have these two against each other. Well, let's see. This one and this one against each other here. Same here. And down here, it looks like the knot turned. So want to make sure we orient this this loop, this up, and then this one goes down through, and then we dress it all up and set it. And it should look like that. Okay, I've got half of it done here. And when I go to do the other half and the other, I just spin it around like this. And starting up here. And the knots are the same. So they'll continue on. If I come from the center this way now, after spinning this around, it's the same, you know, we form the S in the classic direction, and just continue that way. And then we'll be, after that, we'll string it up and even it out. Go through and even it out, and then start working on the tie-in ends, the eyes here. So, stay tuned. All right, once this is all tied, I come through and put a stick through the loops on each end and tension it, and then get it to even out. And if I find, like here, we got this knot's kind of opened up. Some of the reason for that is we got a difference in the spacing, so I'll go through and kind of move this over here. And you can move, say you want to move this knot that way. You pull some slack here, pulls this line. You can zoom in on that. I want to move this knot that way. I take this and pull that through, and then this loop comes under, and then I can pull this, and then that knot moved over. Then go to the next one and move it over. And I'm not going to do all that here. Get the idea. You can move these also. You can move these this way, straighten them out to where you like it. But it's going to take a little time. You'll have to you put your weight in it. You have to kind of see where it all wants to go, and string it out again, and like this, and see if you can straighten out these different runs here. But all the knots move in either direction easy enough. You just go through. It's a matter of going through and tweaking it a little bit. And then I kind of have to load it this way too. Kind of load them this way. Make sure it's time to go through and look at all the knots and make sure they're all all to your liking. They should all be clones of each other. And then and we're gonna tie these 6 proof sticks on each end, and we're gonna cut some of this webbing to act as a chafing guard, and we're gonna cut another what are we gonna cut? We're gonna cut six more loops of paracord for each side, and I'll have to figure that out here in a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and put these knots in and start figuring out my how big these loops on the end should be. Stay tuned.